How are you doing, Jesse? It can't be easy seeing Dylan like this.
I'm fine. What can you tell me? Is he still... human?
Or is he his?
I've taken numerous tissue samples and have tests running as we speak, but from the initial data, he looks healthy. I only see corruption in a superficial way.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This is all new, but if he's like you, maybe Polaris is preventing total Hiss takeover. Or maybe this is just a new form of Hiss. We've already seen how it affects people in different ways.
Dylan told me he let the Hiss in. Does that change anything?
Voluntary conversion? I mean, hypothetically, that could affect the mental state post-corruption, as well as the extent of biological alteration. But again, this is new territory for me. I'll need time.
You won't have it. I'm gonna shut down the slide projector. That's how the Hiss are getting in. Once I close it, this should all be over.
That's a bold assumption, really.
Jesse, we don't know how this works.
Thank you,
If
Emily.
you sever their connection to the source, it could cause a terminal chain reaction. Every Hiss-corrupted individual dead.
Better that than what Dylan is now.
Wow.
I'm shutting it down. This has to end. Whatever happens, happens.
Well, you know, honestly...
Okay, just let me know how I can help.
Thank you, Emily.
Honestly, kind of a level-headed way to think about it. Whatever happens, happens. Like, and that it can be really the case here. We don't know about the Hiss, but if we can stop this stuff from happening and she's okay with that, then with Dylan potentially just dying,
Bring me back anything good?
then it is what it is.
Have you learned anything about Dylan's condition?
Only that he's definitely Hiss, but I guess his chanting made that pretty obvious. You know, interestingly, the words of the Hiss incantation have an average length of 4 letters. The most common word used 7 times is want. The next most common are through and time. It's very interesting, don't you think?
I don't care about the words. What about my brother?
Right. Sorry, I got a little off track. Well, strangely, his tissue samples all look healthy, unlike the other Hiss I've tested.
That's good news. Right?
Can we try cleansing him ourselves? Like, we clearly were able to cleanse Hiss when we tried on that one person. They just died, too. I wonder if it could work with Dylan. We're not gonna do it, but I was wondering.
I've been seeing these Darling presentations all over. Seems like he enjoys the limelight.
So you noticed, huh? When he recruited me out of college, he actually came to visit. He interrupted my physics course by shouting, "Not quite, Professor," and then marching down to the front of the class where he proceeded to berate the very idea of laws of thermodynamics. Hey, he's been a showboat all his life.
Darling visited you in college?
Yeah, he read a paper I'd published, came to recruit me for the Bureau. I accepted and then spent years waiting for access to the confidential research that Darling promised me. And whenever I ask about my access level, he just mumbles that it's temporarily postponed and then changes the subject to the effect of entropy on luck.
I wonder who else Darling hid his work from.
Everybody, come
Marshall?
on now.
Trench?
What are we gonna ask about ourselves?
I wanted to talk to you about the crazy things I can do. My abilities. I get the sense that they're not very usual around here.
Well, usual and unusual aren't really benchmarks at the Bureau, but for some perspective, Director Northmore once used the floppy disk to send a bowling ball 6 yards through the air, and that was considered a huge deal. So compared to that, you are most certainly an outlier.
One way to put it.
An outlier. I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
I should get going.
I mean,
Don't let me hold you up.
we're capable of landing large objects, we're capable of flying around. Damn it, I tried to fly out of here. That would have been cool. I'd been like, see you later, Emily. Levitates out of the room. I'd fucking do that if I had that superpower.
She have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code. Fucking Marshall.
Uh-oh.
CIA spy shit. God.
Hey, Rish.
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My own ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stahl, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find him for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish.
And I won't let them stay hiss.
Whew, we've got a ton of side missions to do. Also, a lot to talk about. Whew, this is a listening and talking episode.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
Yeah, about Salvador. Viewer alert failed. Whoops, forgot about that. Just busy, dealing with everything else.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. He's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
I mean, even while being crazy, he could give us answers that help us out a lot. Honestly, that's probably going to be like a major thing. At some point, we're going to have to find Darling or find whatever happened to him.
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
What the fuck is cognitive collapse? I want to ask about that.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine BlackRock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it?
Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
Ew. Chunks of what? You know what? No.
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, you know, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
I guess we'll have to go down there to find
I have
out.
to go.
Me too.
But
you're not the only one
later.
who's busy, you know. Stop by any time.
What do we have here? Television proposal. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that presents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment, in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranatural events. We can also use a solid media outlet to test paranatural concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction in the event that the Bureau ever does decide to make certain realities public knowledge. There are various show licenses that we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. It's called Night Springs and has been off the air for a few years now. Yeah. Okay, now it comes back to me. Night Springs is basically the paranatural, like, fuck, what's the name of the show? I forgot. The Twilight Zone. There we go. It's basically the Twilight Zone parody show that they had in Alan Wake. I think. Salvador Lynn. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. Lynn Salvador. His expiration date was actually in 2020. Good for him. It was a little bit more up to date than the other ID that we looked at. I wonder where Marshall ended up going.
Stabilizing. Marshall abandons us. I'm sick of no one telling us what's going on.
Information's always been on a need-to-know basis.
Well, I need to fucking know. I'm an upper-level executive, damn it.
Not upper level enough. Okay. So we need to,
Did you see that hiss they marched through here? Why the fuck didn't we put a bullet in that thing's head?
I heard it's the director's brother.
The fuck?
Would you shoot your brother?
That's no one's brother anymore. He's the enemy, plain and simple.
Hey, look, when he comes in and destroys all you guys with his psychic powers, I'll put him down. But until that moment, you guys chill the fuck out. What the fuck is this room? Sticky note complaint. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Jay Bozer, Chief of Staff. Vice Chief of Staff. Yeah, this is a lot. Can I can't affect these because I can't use my powers here. Jesus. 40% damage boost? Fuck yes. Do I have...
What do you know about this Arish guy?
I heard some ranger saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by a new kind of hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right, but still. A security guard leading rangers? I don't know if I like taking orders from a mall cop.
Wow, you guys are so mean. Chill out, Rangers. That's a director's order. Alright. Can I upgrade my charge right now? I just need money. That's it. Alright, well we have like a ton of missions to do. So I think I'm probably gonna do those first. Let's see, let's go for Old Growth just because that's gonna let me multitask. Research. Where's the research that I'm looking for? Active threshold. I wish it would just be like mold threshold. That would have been way more useful of a name for me. Maybe I should have gone to Central Research. Actually, enemies didn't look like they respawned. Good. Yeah, if I get the immunity thing, which I'm basically just about to get to right now, then I can explore a few more areas.
The samples.
Ingest this pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
So you promise I won't end up walking around covered in mold?
Ugh, the pill will prevent any biological infection by the mold.
Take a mystery pill because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Yeah, nothing wrong could possibly happen.
Ugh. Honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
Because now we're immune to the mold's charming effect. Now we get to be like, what? No!
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
Okay, I mean, obviously you haven't worked with her too much because she's been questioning a lot of fucking things already.
So is Darling your boss?
But maybe she was a little bit more reserved before all this.
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
Well, hopefully he ends up succeeding in being the hero, but we'll see what happens later on.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
Alright, tell us about Modhos, I guess.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
I want to know more information about that. What does she mean?
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure. Let's carry on.
Would they explode out and then, or would they become a whole different form entirely? I have concerns. I have worries.
This must be the pit Underhill was talking about.
Alright, let's head down, I suppose. Level 9? Oh boy. Ow, oh, something blew up on me. This place might kill me. Damn it. I was trying to avoid getting hurt.
Squad Captain Lopez, reporting on Expedition 17B. At the formation now. Visually, no distinction from the previous visit.
The fuck is moving me?
The link detectors are still standing. One arch has a light flashing, so we're gonna give the area a once-over. Then we'll head back. Lopez out.
Right. Okay, so I think we're officially dealing with enemies that might be higher in level than me. I say with, you know, quotation marks. Levitation ammo efficiency. What the fuck? Wait, what? Shield strength 0? That doesn't seem right. Okay, so I think this is a weapon mod. Ammo cost while levitating 26%. Ah, that's cool. Ooh, headshot boost. Oh fuck yes. 63% headshot damage. That'd actually probably be really insane on Pierce if I can get my second mod slot. Do I have an extra damage mod actually? I'm really surprised at how little we've been finding these. Oh yes, here we go. 39%. Now my pistol should be real good. Balloon supplement. Oh, Jesus. The item was used in the children's ward of a local hospital in blank. Witnesses do not recall where the balloon came from. Therapy dogs, part of a program called Blank, meant to comfort the sick children, were noticeably attracted to the item. They reportedly jumped at the item, licking it when they could. The children claimed the dogs began walking through the halls of the hospital at night, howling in a low pitch. One child described the sound as singing. A few days later, the dogs were all discovered dead, a dark substance leaking from their blank. The hospital staff called local authorities, who called the CDC. Bureau agents intercepted this call and arrived at the scene within blank hours. The item was taken for evaluation along with the remains of the dogs. Ew. That's a dark one. So the balloon killed dogs?
Oh, God. The further I go, the worse it smells.
Gotta keep an eye out. You never know when there's gonna be an enemy trying to flank around you. Oh, I can seize a mold host? Sweet, I guess. They look so silly. Where are you going? Go spew on your friend. Keep spewing him! I'm glad to have mold buddies that can lead the charge through here. Seize from a distance! I'm so glad I can seize from a distance. There are a lot of games that try to do this whole hijack an enemy thing. And you sit there having to, like, basically grab onto their faces to do it, and man, I'm not for that.
They're all dead. These things killed them all. There are so many. Here, listen. Get out. No.
It also sounded like she was dealing with hiss down here too. Or maybe the mold just does that too. Makes people mumble and whisper things.
Is that the source?
Whoa.
It's kind of pretty.
Oh no, that's bad. Oh shit. Mold one! Ow! I think we gotta go to the pistol. Yeah, the pistol does way more damage to this thing. Yep, that's why we're staying back here. I'm not trying to get hit by tentacles, man. What did it just do? Oh. Jesus! Alright, that's way more effective. Oh, I'm dead. That's unfortunate. I just died. I guess the mold spores after the explosions killed me. Oh, God. I gotta go all the way back down? That's annoying. Ammo refund? Ammo refund chance on hit. Ooh. Exclusive to spin, shatter, and grip. I mean, that sounds fun, but definitely doesn't help me out too much right now. While we're here, though, I might as well get rid of some of these. I feel bad for deleting some of these basic damage mods just because I don't actually have many, like, higher level damage mods, but oh well. So this is what I was talking about before when I said I wish that there were more slots. Because there are a lot of basic ass mods that are like, oh, reload your gun faster. Which aren't really like that mechanically fun to have, but would have been nice to equip. But when you only have 3 slots, you might as well just go for the go big or go home kind of upgrades.
Is that the source? It's kind of pretty.
Alright, let's fight this thing.
Nope. No.
Alright. My goal this time is working out so far. We're not really... It doesn't know what the fuck to do, really. Oh, Jesus! That's what happened to me before. It floods the bottom of the room. Ah, God, that fucking scares me. Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Well, we died again. Fun! I almost killed it. But I messed up. I let myself take way too much damage and then, oof. Not a fan of this boss. Really don't like this boss. It's just one of those boss fights that kind of like gives you the worst parts of this game in one big fight. Like, what's the suckiest part about stuff in the game? Energy regeneration and energy management. That kind of blows. Not being able to heal yourself with any consistent thing unless there's health elements. That kind of blows too. A lot of things suck about.
I need to stop being surprised by all the weird shit in this place.
About fighting this boss. Also, what the fuck? Okay, there were health elements in the middle of the room. What the fuck spawned those? The boss dying could have spawned that too, but yikes. God, that fight took me way too damn long for how simple the mechanics were in that. Oh hey, a control point. Is that the only way out? I love when you have these kinds of, like, Dark Souls pointless dead-end rooms that you have to teleport out of once you do a boss fight.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.25. Underhill sent us down this weird-ass threshold looking for whatever's making all these vegetables sprout. I will say this, it smells delicious.
Oh no. And then that team ate all of it. Oh, that's terrible. Let's go to active threshold. Whew. Yeah, that was a really simple fight. I fucked that up a whole bunch. It just came down to dodging the attacks. I also probably, like, I noticed that the arms get stuck when they attack. I probably could have shot those out when they were landing. There are so many different little tiny things in that fight that I just didn't really manage. Anyways, we killed the mold, I think.
And you're not sprouting mold from your eyes. I take it that means my pill worked. Now tell me everything. Did you find the source? You did, didn't you?
I found a big, angry plant. Like, gigantic. I killed it.
You killed it! You found the source and you killed it! I could have learned so much from a live specimen.
Her concern is touching. Really, yeah. It's too much.
Here, I brought you a sample.
A piece of the innermost mold. You're not such a lost cause after all. Strange. So different, even superficially. Another stage of growth, perhaps.
The blooming.
No more stages. You'll be pleased to know that cutting down the creature at the source has already resulted in a notable cessation of the mold's rapid growth. You've bought me time for further study.
So what now?
I'm glad you asked. While you were busy in the pit, a number of mold hosts were sighted beyond the threshold. They managed to sneak out without the Rangers noticing.
What?
There's a reason I didn't send Steve and Andy to find the mold source with the others. These vagrant hosts must be eradicated as soon as possible. The mold can still be spread by their overgrown bodies.
Any idea where they went?
The hosts I've observed are not a sprightly bunch. Here are the reports I've received. They'll help you find them.
I'll go take care of them.
Good. And do be quick about it.
There's a nice way to say that.
She's not gonna do it. Ooh, we got a health recovery mod.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
Hey, we got some points there, Steve, Andy. God damn it, guys. Eradicate the mold hosts around parapsychology. Eradicate the mold hosts in ritual division. And eradicate the mold hosts in central research. Alright. So, we've got a ton of little missions to do. Do we... Yeah, we already have health recovery better than that, damn it. I want the tiny boosts. I want everything. I want to have like 20 mod slots. Though to be fair to the game, everything would get so broken if we did that. I thought there'd be like a scaling of things to a more ridiculous level, but like, not really. Enemy health has been pretty, like, we've been consistently one or two shotting things with launch, that kind of stuff. So if I had all the upgrades I wanted, whew, there'd be no chance. Punch! And what are you gonna do about it, huh, punk? You gonna shoot a rocket at me? Is that what you're gonna do? Here. Whoa! Not who I thought was gonna shoot a rocket at me. Okay. Try this again. Oh man, I'm so far away from you. You can totally shoot a rocket at me safely. Okay, fine, don't. Take a chair to the face. Found the mold. Oh god, are they just gonna be randomly spread out? I was hoping they'd just all be in one area. Okay, we're looking for mold. It looks like it's probably gonna be like 3 per area. But we're basically gonna have to rub our entire face along this place. Let's see, there could be one down here by the main mold spot. Ah, here we go. Get back here, you little bitch! Okay, hold on. Ah! Turning back on the room. I guess he wanted to listen to some music. This sounds so dramatic. Can I go in there? Oh. We went in there earlier, but I just forgot about that. So we've seen like 3 other rooms where mold is, and I don't remember where all of them are gonna be. I know there's one inside of the like mailing sector and executive. And then there have been a few shelters that we've opened up that have been the same. That's about it though. I don't know how much we're gonna find. I have like a distinct feeling that we're kind of nearing the end of the game. Because now we have all the abilities. Dylan's shown up. And the game has suddenly thrust upon us a fuck ton of side quests. So I just feel like we're either nearing the end point or we're nearing a point of like no return. Which is why I kind of wanted to like do all these side missions before we go help out Dylan. I might as well get as many of my ability points as possible. So that I can be like, oh hey look, I've got crazy amounts of energy, crazy amounts of health, all these other abilities equipped. It'd be nice. Dimensional research. Where the hell is this other mold? He's just gonna be in like some random side off room. But I don't know where. Parapsychology's up here, but I'm not trying to get a parapsychology. Where the hell is he? Maybe he's in the kitchen? I hate that when I throw the rockets back at the enemies, it doesn't really go where I need it to. Like, I will aim it to their left, and instead it just gets launched way off to the right. Doesn't really make sense. Nice.